Our cruise to Alaska took us to a little town called Skagway, where we boarded a train.
Yeah, which took us on the same ride as the gold rush over 100 years ago.
Skagway, Alaska is a sleepy little town with a rich history. These days, folks can step off huge modern-day cruise liners and step onto a train for a trip up memory lane. 110 years ago, the Klondike Gold Rush was taking place, and tens of thousands of dreamers came here to begin their trek into the wilderness in search of their fortune. It wasn't easy, hundreds of miles of rugged terrain over mountain trails to reach the Yukon River where the gold fields were. And then in 1898, a railroad through White Pass on top of the summit was conceived and built in 2 years. 110 miles of track laid on cliff-hanging turns through the Alaskan wilderness.
From sea level in Skagway to almost 3,000 feet at the summit, this rail was laid on some pretty steep grade.
They were challenged by climate, geography, and in many places, solid rock.
The construction of the White Pass, they always talk about as being one of these engineering marvels of the world. People are up here literally with picks and shovels, bits and sledgehammers and some black powder, just hammering and blasting their way through this granite mountain.
The White Pass and Yukon route would become an economic lifeline to the north. Freight and passengers moved with ease. After the gold rush, the train was used to haul other minerals such as silver and copper. And today the White Pass Railway is mainly for tourism. Those who work on the train wouldn't trade it for anything.
We run these older train sets and they run great. And the people like it a lot too.
Folks who ride the train can see for themselves how difficult it must have been to build. There is an appreciation for what those workers set out to do 110 years ago.
A lot of fun on that train.
Yeah, it sure was. Huh? It's a nice train ride.
It also goes right into Canada, too.
Yeah. In fact, when you get up to the border, you see the American flag and the Canadian flag right there at the top.
Lots of history there.
Yeah, and nice people who run that railway, by the way.
Right.